Hey guys, my name is Zach, and welcome to a quick little unboxing here. This is, um, as you guys know, I've been getting into Warhammer lately, and I actually meant to hit this unlisted, but I guess I hit public, so we'll just do this live. But I just picked up something off of eBay, and I wanted to unbox it because it's a pretty cool model that I got. One, I wanted to unbox it to make sure what I ordered is actually in the box and have a proof that I'm unboxing it. And then two, it is kind of a special model. So this is a part of the Horus Heresy series by Games Workshop, and the model that I'm unboxing is Rogal Dorn, which is the Primarch, or sort of like the leader of the Imperial Fist, which is the army that I've been building and painting. So I was kind of worried because on the front of the box it doesn't say Rogal Dorn, but on the back there is a label there that tells us what it is. So that's cool. So let's get this. We'll get this opened up here. So I don't think there's too much going on inside this box. I think it's just the pieces, the instructions. But these are meant to be game pieces. They're also meant to be sort of like, they have like a diorama base, so you can kind of display them on a shelf. And I think there's like 18 total Primarchs. So if you had all of them, you'll have a pretty neat little display. But the box comes with that little silver on the front there, which is great. And we'll unbox it. Now I 3D printed a Rogal Dorn earlier this year, and to be honest, I probably wouldn't have picked this up if it wasn't for the price. I got it for, I think, like about 30% off, which was, not too bad. So this is what the finished model can look like. I aspire for mine to look like this, but, obviously we'll see what happens. There's a bunch of pieces there and some construction notes. So it says to dry fit the left leg and the right leg to the gaming base before attaching the torso to the legs. And then it gives you a little bit of information about attaching the sword and stuff to the model. So lots of pieces there. Okay, so first things first, we have, let's see, is that tape on there? Yeah, it is. So, here's a little guide on building resin model kits. So, if you need any help, you can get some, service team via email or call them. So that's cool. Now this was, I guess, casted October 23rd, 2020. And let's see what this is here. Oh, so this is just like a little bit of a hobby guide, how to build resin, which is pretty cool. How to remove the casting gates, the mold lines. So that's neat. And we'll take a look at the pieces here also. So the casting gates are these little cylinders that are on the model. Those will obviously need to be cut off using like hobby snips. And there's a look at the base there. Pretty well cast. You can see it's kind of hard to see, but it does have like a little bit of a film on it. You do have to wash these with like soap and water. That's the mold release film, and if you actually painted over it without doing that, you would potentially have some issues with the paint adhering to the surface. This is the top of the diorama, so we have a space marine, a fallen space marine there. Some other bits there, so that's pretty cool. It's nice and flat on the bottom. Again, you cut these off, and essentially the way that this works, I'm not going to build it now because it, is a model that could require some time to build and paint. But you would take this base here and glue it on something like that. And then this piece would fit into here, which actually doesn't fit that well, which is kind of, I don't know about that, but, and then this piece would glue on here. And the way that it would work is if you're displaying it on your shelf, you would have the model in here, but you have these rubble parts, part 4 and 3, that encompass the this part here, and it sort of blends in the base. So you can display it as the full diorama, or take it apart and display it as the as just like the model piece. So that's cool. So we have another box here. Let's move these out of the way. What's up, Jeff? Thanks for joining. I didn't mean to do this live. I just really wanted to proof that this was in the box unboxing. But once I saw that it was actually public, it was a little too late to undo it. But that's okay. So we have a piece here. This is the Aquila that goes on the back of the backpack. Which I'm wondering if some of the pieces fell off of the sprue, possibly. We have the cape, which has this really nice, it's so hard to see because it's so fine, the detail, but has the Imperial fist symbol on the back there. And you can feel just from touching this, it feels very slick. So yeah, we'll definitely have to rinse this in soap and water. We have the shoulder pads here. Really, really nice pieces here. We have, let's see, some of this rubble that I mentioned earlier that's supposed to cover parts of the diorama. So that's really cool. We have the left and right hip armor. We also have the tabard, which has the 7th Legion symbol, the V11 or the VII rather. The arms here, looking real good. We also have the sword, or the chainsword rather. Really nice piece there. I believe these are grenades. The right hand rather, and the portrait there. So again, these are pretty small pieces. We have the main body, which is really cool. You can see where those hip armor pieces will attach to. Yeah, that looks really good. In fact, I think this would be a cool comparison. So this is one that I've painted, which was the 3D printed version, which I actually think this is one of my better works here, to be honest. I think this came out really good. Let's see if I can't get a little light on here. So to compare, I think mine is going to be a little bit bigger. I wasn't sure on the scale. I think the guy said to scale them down to 93% on the file. I printed it at 100%, but you can see some of the quality on this. If you look at the portrait, let's see. Yeah, the head size is pretty similar, so maybe mine is a pretty decent scale. And the guy also did as close as he could to get this base similar. But let's keep going on with this model. So we have, what is this? Oh yeah, one of the shin armor pieces. Which I'll need to see what that is. I think that might be for the sword. We have the backpack, which is really cool. This is one of the harder parts to 3D print, along with the Aquila there at the top. We have his rifle, which it's such a small piece I wouldn't even feel comfortable drilling that bolter out. Usually I do with the plastic ones, but resin's a little bit more brittle, so would probably not do that. And then we have the legs. So really, really fine detail on these. To be honest, as good as 3D printing is, I think the detail on these is, it would take me like, I print at 0.05 layer height. I think I could probably get this done with a much smaller layer height. I think some people recommend like 0.02 to print out the Primarchs. But yeah, that's incredibly fine detail. In fact, I don't even know if the camera is able to pick that up. Let's see. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah. Look at how fine that detail is. Beautiful. Yeah, now that we have it focused, we'll show you guys some of these other pieces up close. This is really cool. I didn't think I would ever buy this because it is quite expensive, but when you have what essentially equates to, like, you can see that shine there, that's from that mold release, but when you have a discount of like 30%, you know, it kind of makes it a bit more palatable. Yeah, these look awesome. Yeah, so I'm excited. I part of me wants to at least paint it live. I think I would probably do that. I don't think I'm going to build it live because I've never really worked with resin, and it's not something that I particularly want the pressure of assembling live. But yeah, this is really neat. The only thing I don't fully understand, and this was on the 3D print as well, is how the cape, I guess you just glue it like that, yeah. Yeah, this is really cool. And in fact, now that I have it focused nice and tight, we can bring in this diorama base and show you guys some of the details on this. Is really cool. Yeah, this is cool. So, yeah, that's it for the unboxing. We'll see you guys here in a little bit for the main show. But, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this quick look at one of my other hobbies. And I'm very excited to own this, to build it, to paint it. It should be a fun experience. But Jeff, thank you for watching. Thanks everyone else who tuned in. Love you guys, and I'll catch you here in a few hours.